What's going on, Mob Crew? If you are watching this, I am currently en route to Peoria, or en route, however you want to say it, en route, whatever. We are on the way to Peoria. Me and the boys are going back for another one-piece regional. Now, this time I'm a little prepared. A little bit. Just a tiny bit prepared. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the deck that I'm taking to this regional instead of last time. Now, last time I took a green Bonnie deck. This time, as much as people want to say she's still in the meta, I don't think Bonnie's in the meta personally, but we don't have a lot of Bonnie players in our area, so for me it's kind of just like, I don't know, there's not enough sample size to truly see what we're playing. But there will be a lot of aces. There will be a lot of emus. There's going to be a lot of those. But I think for me, and a lot of Zoros, a lot of 9-5 Zoros. They're still around. They're not going anywhere. They're still prevalent. But I am not taking either of those decks. What we are taking to the regional is going to be Roger. Now, I'm not playing a lot of the cards that people are running on Roger, because I'm not running, I know for a fact I'm not running the Uda. I might pick up the Udas beforehand. Again, these Udas are disgusting. I fully understand why people are running this Uda. It is a 6-cost, 4,000 2K counter, but if you have a 10,000 more character, which this deck tends to have a lot of, it'll be a 2-cost, and it's a blocker. So you really can't go wrong with this. This is not a bad card. Personally, I don't care for it. I'm not running the Udas. I'm not running the Katakuris because a lot of people are running them. Let me just go over, because these are like meta top cheese versions. Oh, and Bonclaves. I'm not running any Bonclaves. Bonclaves is not my choice of color, but I fully understand why people are running the Bonclaves. It's a 4-drop. You ramp an active Don, and then when you attack, you can basically pick a power of a certain character on your board or on their board. So if they're running a 12-drop, Newgate, or a 12K Newgate, you can copy it. But the downside is it is 1,000, so anything will take this out. I don't see the upside on it personally. That's just me. On a very realistic standpoint, I'm not the biggest fan of it, so you will not catch me running Bonclay. You will not be catching me run Udas. I'm kind of half and half on the Uda. The Uda is very playable. I actually can support the Uda play. But what I cannot stand are the Charlotte Katakuri players. I can't get behind it. I truly can't. I cannot get behind this 8-drop, 8K blocker. But again, if you have 2 of them out, you can reset yourself. Fully understandable. I'm not for it. I'm not with the shits. I'm not with it. Don't like it. No, can't get behind it. Not whatsoever. So another thing that we got to talk about before going to this, there's a certain card for non-people that are in the loop. There's a card that is not allowed to be taken to this event because it's not coming out before it, but it's allowed during side events. Let that make it make sense. Make it make fucking sense. What card I'm talking about is this current 8-drop, 10,000 power Gol D Roger promo card that on play, if your opponent has 10 Don, your leader gets 2,000 until the end of your next opponent's phase. Now, you can run this, no problem. You're not going to get any issues from this one. Or it's going to make this deck even better, but for right now, for this regional, we are not going to be allowed to take this with us. This is not allowed. I know the UP players are crutching this like they're crutching Gum Gum, but it's not a big thing. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not too happy with it. So, getting to the deck at hand, we're going to go from what this deck wants to do. So let's talk Roger real quick. Roger, the leader, is a 7,000 leader, 5 life. That's a lot. It is a lot. But the downside to this all is we are going to be, if you have 9 or less Don, this car are on the field, this leader gets minus 2,000 power, so it is a 5,000 power until you get to 10 Don. But once the 10th Don comes out onto play, you will be golden. It'll be a 7,000 power, so it's going to be hard to get through. Your aces are going to have to invest some power into this, and my ears going numb as we speak, losing the tinnitus. But it goes out with the how do I say this correctly? You have to invest some more resources into playing Ace, but you're obviously going to be putting a Don on Ace. It's going to happen. So you're going to have 7 into 7 the whole time, but it's kind of like, whatever. But the whole point of this deck is to try to ramp. You're going to try to get as quick to 10 as you can, and the quicker you get to 10, the better it'll be. Sorry, tinnitus is a real fucking issue right now. So let's get into this. Let's go over what we want to do. This deck obviously wants to ramp, so you need characters, you need your searchers. I'm only running 4 Shanks. This is the 1-drop. This is your only 1-drop you're going to be able to run turn 1 or your turn 1. This is the only thing you're going to be viable to play. I know you see this 1-drop over here, but that's not playable. I know you see this 1-drop. That's also not playable. And you also see this 2-drop buggy on your turn 1 play. You're like, oh, I have 2 Don. I can do this. No. This is your only turn 1 play you will be allowed to do. Let me see this again. This is the only turn 1 play you will be able to do. Now, but it's a really good turn 1 play. You're going to be able to look at your top 5, look for a Roger Pirate other than Shanks. So basically, you're going to be grabbing a lot of stuff. You're going to be getting through your game plan to try to ramp as quickly as you can, or get something that can help you either like take a couple hits and go from there. But then your next character you want to get up is your Buggy. 2-drop, 2,000 power, 2k counter. So he's a really good card. Early, late, this is a perfect card for the deck. Honestly, doesn't matter when you get him, you'll be happy. Late game, 2k. Early game, ramp. So you'll be happy. On play, if your leader is Roger Pirates and you have any given Don, so that's another thing that specifies with Roger. I didn't go over that because the tinnitus fucking hit. That if you have any given or Don, you will ramp 1 Don from your Don deck. So basically, if you have any Don on your field, give up to 1 Don card to your leader. So you'll be getting 6,000 swings regardless during this time. So you're not fully out of the water, but you will be only a 5,000 on your opponent's turn. So if you have any given Don, which automatically will happen due to Roger's ability, you will ramp. Same thing with I don't know how to say his name properly. I call him 3-Dog. Most people kind of understand. 3 cost, 3,000, 1k counter. On play, if you have any given Don cards, ramp a Don, and then KO up to an opponent's cost or opponent's character with 1 cost or less. So if you find a way to either take someone's cost down, you can do it, or you want to get rid of a searcher that they had early game, you can do this on your turn 2. Just ramp, kill a fucking baby character. You're golden. You're not complaining. Douglas Bullet, another 3-drop, 4,000, 1k counter. If you have 8 or more Don cards on your field, this character gets 2,000 power. On play, if your leader is a Roger Pirate, add up to 1 Don, and you're going to ramp it. So you're just going to ramp it Don to simplify the fucking text. So yeah, on play, if you have, which Roger is a Pirate King, and Roger Pirate. So you'll be ramping a Don. And if you get to 8 Don, which is very quickly, you can get this guy to a 6,000 power that can basically be a issue to anyone's game. It'll be an issue to Emu. It'll be an issue to any 5,000 power character or leader. Doesn't matter. It is going to be a problem. Usohachi, just a really good purple card. This is pretty much a staple 2K. You could easily make a switch and you can run him, switch him. I am running him right now. I'm not against switching him for a different 2K, but if I had to play him or the other 2K I was thinking of running, I kind of went down to the fact of this is a 2K I don't mind getting naturally, and I don't need to search it because I don't think we're not really, our searches are not really looking for 2K counters. We're looking for trying to ramp. That's the only way we're using this 2K is the ramp. So yeah, he's just a really good staple blue or purple 2K. Can't go wrong with that. Odin, 5 cost, 6,000 power, 1K counter, blocker. If you have any Don cards given, ramp a Don. So basically, this is just another good card. You get a blocker out of it. You ramp. This is why I chose this one over Uda, not because Uda is not powerful. I think Uda might be a better card than him, but if I have to play Odin, I will ramp and I'll have a blocker. So I'm not complaining. Whereas Uda, you have to jump some hoops to get to that point to make it a 2-cost, but it's a really good late game or a really good whatever game. So I'm not saying Uda's a bad card. I just don't run it. And my biggest thing is I like the Roger Pirates. Most of these cards are Roger Pirates, except for Usohachi is not a Roger Pirate. Sanji, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, is not a Roger Pirate. Newgate is not a Roger Pirate. Shanks is not a Roger Pirate. So there's a couple cards that are not Roger Pirates, but those are cards that you're going to need to go with. We're going to go to Pooper Scooper Gabbin. 6 cost, 7,000 power, 1K counter. On play, if your leader is the Roger Pirates, draw 2 cards and trash a card. Then Rampadon. Most of the time we're resting it. It comes in rested. There's a certain time when it's not going to be rested, but majority of the time it will be rested. But still, this is just a good cycle. Some crap cards out of your hand. Try to get something better. Or you can just, if you get crap, just pitch the one crappy card and you're good to go. Silver Rayleigh, Rush. On play, if you have any given Dawn cards, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 5 or less, then at the end of this turn, Rampadon. So basically, if you are using this on your turn 9 or turn 8 play with him, you could easily set yourself up nicely. You have given Dawn to Roger. You're going to rest a blocker, so you're going to probably rest that, rest the Marco, rest a big blocker, rest a blocker that if it dies, it KOs or whatever that's important to your swings. That's what you're going to rest, and then go around and just start swinging through. And then you ramp a Dawn for your event cards on down the road. I'll go into the red cards, and then we'll hit the events afterwards. So we're going to go to our next 2 cost, 3,000 power, 2K counter, Sanji. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. It's a good fucking card. A really good fucking card. I wasn't running it before. I was running the Kikinojo. I think, let me just look up the Kikinojo, because this was another card I was like, I don't know if I would be running this over Kikinojo, just because it's just one of those cards where I'm like, oh, I don't know. Here we go. Oh, Nekomamushi, I'm sorry. It was Nekomamushi. Nekomamushi is just another one of those 2K counters. It's searchable. But the reason I'm running Sanji over Nekomamushi is because Sanji has better... If I was forced to play one of the two, I would rather play Sanji. 100%. Because if I don't have my 8 Dawn out, there's no fucking point. There's no point of playing this. There's no... Seriously. No fucking point. Whereas Sanji, on the other hand... Activate main once per turn. I may add a card from my life to my hand. This character gains 2,000 during this turn, and then give this character 2 rested Dawn. Like, this motherfucker is going to swing for 7. 7! 2 cost, 7 swinger. I don't care if you have to give a life card, because Roger, you have 5 life. You have time to take a life card and swing for 7 on somebody. You'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. And it's playable. It's a 2K counter. This is an insane fucking card. Luckily, I had a bunch of these from starter decks that I was given. I pulled them from it, put it in here immediately, and said, this is a great fucking card. This is one card I'm willing to run. Now, on to the next one, which I talked about earlier. This is Newgate. Now, we don't have the promo. This is the closest thing people are going to be running to the promo in this deck. They're going to be running it in Ace. Anything that red that wants to get this boost that's like the promo, they're going to run it. So this is a 9 cost, 10K power, no counter. It's a brick, but on play, if your leader gains 2,000 power until the start of your opponent's next turn, then you cannot add cards from your life area to your hand by your effects during this turn. But still, getting that somewhat promo effect, a little bit one more cost, but it's playable. I am running 2 right now. I am not against running 3. I might run 3. I might make the switch up, run 3. That's going to be a game day decision. Probably like Thursday, Wednesday decision. See how that goes. Because I have one card that's kind of like a tech card. I could easily just take that out, put in another Newgate, call it a day. We'll be chilling. because I had 3 Rogers at one point, but 3 Rogers is just too much. He showed up too many times. This is a card I'm not against showing up on just because it does so much off the rip. It makes my 7,000 power leader to a 9,000. I'm swinging for 9. You have to swing. You have to give me something to go into 9. And honestly, that's just a simple 1K counter. I'm out of this. Unless you're really going to give up a lot to try to swing into this. And another thing for this card is if you give this card 2 Don when attacking, KO up to one of my opponent's characters with 3,000 or less power. I forget to do that sometimes. But still, swinging for 12. This is a problem. Anyone who doesn't think that this card is not good enough to be here, this is going to be a really big card for this regional, in my opinion. 100%. I do not doubt that this card is going to fucking pop off. I'm not against running 3. That's going to be a Thursday decision if I'm going to run 3, because decks get locked on Friday. The next one that I am running 3 of is Shanks. This is a 10 cost, 12,000 power brick. I say brick because this is just a great fucking card. This is all my opponent's characters have 1,000 less power, and it has rush. So you're swinging for 12, or what I've learned since playing a lot of this more and more recently, because it's not the same kind of play style as Bonnie. It's very aggro, very rampy. It reminds me a lot of my Galadriel deck from Magic, so this is just the closest thing to it, and this thing is just a powerhouse for it. You don't have to swing. If I'm in a mirror match and there's a Shanks out, I'm going to keep my Shanks up. I'm going to keep my Shanks up until I can either go for the win or I can start swinging in and just power him out to try to see if I can starve him out and then swing into power up Shanks to swing into their Shanks, golden, or go for the win. That's the only time I'm going to be swinging with Shanks really often, is if I have board state, I'm swinging. If I don't have board state and I have like another Shanks in hand and I need to just keep it up, I'm not going to swing with it. It's important. He's a crucial piece. He's going to slow their creatures down because it's also, they're kind of just evening out. So it's just one of those great cards. You can't go wrong with it. I already said about it, but this is the 10 drop, 13,000 power Roger. He has rush. And then if your opponent activates blocker, if you or your opponent have 0 life, you win the game. What more do I need to say? This is the game ender. This is the end card that you play. You kind of just go, all right, time to show what I got. Time to show the game. So that's that. This card will win you the game or it'll lose you the game. It's either going to be a brick in your hand or you're just going to shit on somebody so hard it's game over. Let's go into the event cards now. Like I said, this is a Divine Departure. I have 2 different versions of Divine Departure. I have the red version and the purple version. Again, I'm not against running another 9-beard, so I might pick up another 9-beard or borrow a 9-beard for this event. This is going to be a game time decision. I have no idea. I will be on the road, so if I do it, I'll add it to I'll tell you if I did it or not in the recap video from this event. But yeah, so 9-beard is the option if I don't want to run this card. But for 1 Don, this is a multi-flex card, so what you're going to do is on my main, I can rest up to 5 Don, KO up to an opponent with 8,000 power or less. So this can just get rid of a big crucial piece, or if I need it for a defense card as a counter, I can pay the 1. It's a counter. My leader will get 3,000 power during this battle. So it's just a really good card. It's a tech card. I don't know. I've seen a lot of different things. I've seen that one. I've seen this one. I've seen Gear 2 get played instead of it. This is just another one of those fucking cool cards. Not Gear. Let me go to the purple. I know it's an event. It was a 0 cost. No, where are you? Here we go. Gum Gatling. Discard a card from my hand. Leader or character gets 3,000 power during this battle. Not a bad card. It's a good one of. And it's a trigger. You can ramp. If you get it off your life, you can trigger ramp. It's a good card. I seen it. Interested. If I had to run one of, I wouldn't be against it. This is another one of those just weird tech piece cards. Then we have the other Divine Departure that came from this set from OP13. If you didn't notice a trend, a lot of this is from OP13. Except for like a couple cards like Sanji, Newgate, Shanks, Roger, Usohachi. And then the rest is from OP13. and then Divine Departure. 0 cost. On my main, I may rest 5 of my Don. If I have any given Don cards, give up to one of my opponent's characters minus 8,000 power during this turn. Now, that may seem like it's nothing, but in reality, you can take down somebody's blocker. Like, this is a perfect tech card against Newgate in the 10-drop Newgate on the blue side here. Not Taxbeard, but the blocker. You could easily drop this down to a 4,000. Is that the correct math? Yeah, I think that's correct math. I don't know. That's quick math. But you're dropping it down, and you're going to make them either, if it's like low life situation, and you need to go for the win, and you have a lot of creatures on board or characters on board, and they have a Newgate up, one Newgate up or whatever thing they're too scared to lose if they want to get rid of it, or if they're trying to save for the win, this is a card that can shut it down immediately. I've done it before. It was one of those life and death situations where either I win the game and I win locals for the week with it, or you're going to keep your Newgate up and we're going to go. But again, I lost because he kept the Newgate up, didn't block, and then I just got mollywopped at the end. Or you can counter it, trash a card from your hand. Your leader or character gains 3,000 power during this battle. So this is just another good card. Very good situational card. Helps you out. Now we go to the last event card, which we're running 4 of in this deck. It is going to be Guess We'll Have Another Scrap. You can only risk death while you're still alive. It's a 1 cost, and then on the main, you can pay 1, or you can rest a Don card. If your leader is Gol D Roger and you have given Don, add up to 1 Don card, or ramp 1 Don and rest it. So basically, turn 2, you have a Don given to Roger. You then go, okay, we have pay 1 to cast it, rest 1, ramp 1. So that's just a good card. Or you can keep it to basically counter out and save yourself a 3,000 plus 3,000 for the battle. This deck is really fun. I'm not expecting to steamroll. I think I got confident early. I think this deck can just go straight forward. This is just one of those decks where you're not thinking anywhere near the level of the regional. This is nowhere near the amount of knowledge and just preparation you have to do for this deck. This Bonnie deck and Roger are 2 different things. They are 2 different beasts. But what I can tell you right now is that I feel very confident. Almost, if I would say confidence in Bonnie was about here, I'm about the same with Roger. But I don't have to think as much. This deck is very straightforward. Try to get to just ramp and then try to dominate late game. You could try to do good early game. Like, there's early game opportunities. But a lot of it is you're going to have to get to that 10th Don, and then you're just controlling the game at that point. That's what you're trying to do. The mirror matches, it's whoever can ramp the quickest. And, Ace is just try to pressure Ace. Pressure him early. Don't, because the Ace will win late game. So the quicker you get on Ace is the better. Emu, I don't give a fuck about no Emu. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not scared of no fucking Emu. If this comes to bite me in my ass, I don't give a fuck about an Emu. But I will see a lot of Emus. I will see a lot of Aces. So we will see how this goes. But honestly, I'm expected to. My goal is the same as last Peoria. I just want to place top 256. That's all I ask. I'm not here asking for top 16, top 32. I know I'm not that great. I am not that good of a player. But I want to place at least top 256. That's my goal. That's what I'm shooting for. And I hope, I do good enough to get to that point. Well, Mop Crew, like I said, I will update y'all when I come back from Peoria. And hopefully everything goes well. So hopefully I'll have some videos going through. I might do some recording. Not a lot at the venue. Probably a little bit. Not too much, though. We'll see how that goes. All right, Mob Crew, signing out. We'll see y'all on the live stream.